Getting started this afternoon, y'all. Had some trouble with that other live. The orientation was locked weird and wasn't going to be able to really, wasn't going to be able to read the comments very easy. Spyez, hey Kid Crappie. Hey Spyez, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing good. I got a mosquito candle going. I'm not playing with these mosquitoes today. I got reinforcements. Jesus Jr., buenos tardes, amigo. Hey, good afternoon to you too, Jesus. Hope you're doing good. Woohoo, that was a little rough, bro. Sorry, Fredo, about switching. Is that what you're talking about? Switching around? Sorry. It locked orientation on me, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to read the comments, so. Hey, Roger. Thanks for tuning in. Spyez went catfishing and caught nothing. Man, Spyez, it's been tough. It's been tough. I think that rain kind of mixed it up, and hey man, what's going on? I forgot it was Monday night after being off today. It messed me up. Slab buster. Man, that'll happen too. I have a day off in the middle of the week, and I don't know what day it is for like 2 weeks. Hey, Terry. They only got 30 minutes. That's good, man. 30 minutes is definitely good. I hope you're doing well, by the way, Terry. I saw that video, Terry, you put out. You got on some nice fish. What's up, Mark? How are you doing, Mark? Get fish cleaned and put up. Rods re-rigged, batteries charging, ready to get back at them Saturday. There you go, Kip. There you go, Kip. Got a new tripod, so I'm trying to figure out how to get it all oriented the right way. Pescando con Roger. I'm happy because I finally had a chance to catch some crappies. I commented to Barfly, thanks for the tip, guys. Hey, I saw that video, Roger. That looked like fun. You got on some nice ones, man. Those was some nice crappie right there. Hopefully you get into some more soon. I know it's gonna get real good here real soon. Let's see. Barfly wanted to keep the vid short. We caught a bunch. Yeah, that looked like a blast, Terry. Sounds good, kid. Hey, y'all. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hey, Jayhawk. Thanks for tuning in. Cody Sale. Hey, Anthony. How's it going? It's going well, Cody. Thanks for tuning in. Slab Buster. Hey, went long line crankbait for the first time. I did it in years. Caught a lot of small fish, several drums. Have fun, even though the drums was fun getting in. There you go, Slab Buster. I wanted to do that, pulling cranks. I've never did that before, but it looks fun. Sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to orient this a better way. All right. My candle went out over here. Terry, tried the creek area. That's a no-go right now. Yeah, I heard those fish kind of left, Terry. Man, I'm ready for some creeking, Terry. Man, I cannot wait. I've got it all figured out. You know where I'm gonna go. You're gonna walk the banks. You know, jig and bobber. I cannot wait. I know you're right there with me, Terry, itching to get out there. It'll probably be, I might go start checking like late October. That's probably when I'll go start checking the creeks. Getting ready for tomorrow. There you go, Fredo. Jesus, where are you from? I'm from DFW. Jesus. It's gone to con Roger. What's the deal with the transition? When does it start, or how do you know? Roger, it should be starting really soon. I think that rain and the lake's coming up a little bit kind of threw it off a little bit, but it should be happening real soon, Roger. I would be looking. I mean, I'm trying to think of like how to explain, but it's gonna be a gradual process. They're gonna slowly start moving, but I say around October is when they really start. They really start moving, but they should start. They should be starting to move that way. If we can get a decent cold front or two, that'll help a lot. They'll start moving with a couple decent cold fronts, which I was looking. This one was supposed to be pretty good coming through, but I don't think it's going to really cool off that much at all. I'm seeing like 3 or 4 degrees. That's it for next week, and a lot of that's because it's raining. So if we can get some good fronts, it should really help. For sure, by like the end of the month, we should get a couple more stronger fronts, and they should kind of help, I think. Terry, we need to go to Lone Oak. I went last year; it was good. Yeah, Terry, I fished that area a lot. That area is pretty good. We need to get out there though, for sure. Hard to catch them shad as well, Spy is. Yeah, luckily there's a spot pretty close. Lee, this thing's gonna keep going out. I'm not sure what to do with it. Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna put this somewhere where hopefully it doesn't. Not sure where to put this thing. It keeps wanting to blow out. It's really strange, but. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Spies. Luckily, I have a place pretty close by that I can catch shad pretty easily, as long as it's not flooded. I'm lucky that, because it is tough to find shad. It's been 20 years since I did it. Used to do it a lot. Me and the brother. I forgot how to tricks. Fishing the rods. Yeah, I bet it is tricky having to, get those lines to where they're not going to tangle and get them down to the right depth. 903, what's going on, brother? 29. Y'all go check out 903 Fishing. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers. He's 29 away, so y'all go check him out. He's got some good content on there too. Crappie fishing and a little bit of everything, kind of like me. Barfly transition 70%. 70-degree water temp below. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Terry. That's pretty good. Pescando con Roger, when they move into the creeks, is it good to fish them out the creeks? Roger, yes. Typically, the whole creek thing for me, a lot of people say to wait till Thanksgiving, but I've realized that if I wait that long, then I miss a whole month of good fishing. Usually around the 1st of November, I start going to check places. And Roger, it really depends on the weather. If it gets cold quick, them fish will shoot up in them creeks pretty good. But if it's kind of like, cool, hot, they'll kind of slowly move in there, and then that's when you can find them in the mouths pretty good. It's better that way. They kind of stay, they slowly go in, so they start at the mouth and slowly go in. So, yeah, I would say, for me, Roger, a good rule is, I'm not sure, like I said, 1st of November, but when that water temp gets 55 or below, that water temp gets 55 degrees or below, them fish are in the creeks. It's time to go look in the actual creek. And that's just kind of a general rule, Usually it's around November-ish, the first week or second week, depending on how fast it cools off. Or it's better if you buy citronella plants. They work very well. Yeah, I need to get a citronella plant. This has citronella in it. I could smell it, but if I can keep it lit, hopefully it'll help. And we got a little breeze today, so that should probably help too. Watch some YouTube vids on it, reminding me of how I set it up. Won't pull the same planer board, and they're expensive, like $30 a piece. Man, Slab Buster, $30 for a planer board? That's ridiculous. That's a whole bunch of money. So I'm just going to talk about kind of what I'm going to be doing here in the next, this next season. It's getting, I'd call it late summer, early fall right now. So I would be, getting ready to Mark Williams the first in the fall after the first couple of floods to go start looking. Yeah. It usually rains a lot in the fall, so. This thing is not wanting to stay lit. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna move this over here to kind of block this, and maybe that'll help. Citronella doesn't work. Mosquitoes got the vaccine and doesn't affect them anymore. Excited for it to cool down for sure. Yeah, Spy, I'm so ready. And when these yeah, I'm ready for it to cool off, and once it cools off pretty good, it'll get these fish out of their finicky mood. Yes, Terry. Don't forget the fundraiser still going on. That Terry and Fredo and a couple of others are putting together. Don't forget, you can go get a shirt. Go buy a shirt from that, and proceeds from that go to this fundraiser. And you get a great T-shirt as well. It goes to the 15th. I'm gonna have to figure out how to comment on this at some point to put the link. But yeah, so that's going on, and all proceeds of that go straight to the whole boat fund, as well as any kind of super chats, anything like that. Like I said before, all the money I'm getting off of YouTube is going straight to that as well. I'm putting my my part in as well, as much as I can. But I can't thank Terry and Fredo and Jake and all them for putting it together for me. And still here. Hey, Trey Savage, hey man, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Jayhawk73, my order is in. Thank you so much, Jayhawk. It means so much to me, and y'all have no idea how much this all means to me. Y'all really don't have any idea. It's as y'all can tell, it's my passion to be out on the water, and it sure makes it easier instead of the having to use that one man and kick around. It's and then it'll allow me to put more great content out there for y'all, because with this one man, I'm really limited. As y'all can tell, I'm trying my best to try and put different stuff out, but it's just really hard. I mean, basically bridges is what I can fish. Fish with Fredo and the get together barbecue. Yes, and the get together and barbecue. Once all this is kind of finalized, we're gonna get a date together for a barbecue, and as soon as we figure that out, that'll be put out there as well. It's gone to come. Roger set to do my donation. Awesome, Roger. You can fish with me on the paddleboard. I can fish on there, but uh, I hope uh, I hope I don't sink it. Roger. I hit up on tomorrow. Nice, Terry. In the afternoon. Man, I was trying to take a day off tomorrow, but I waited too late and the day filled up. I wasn't able to, but I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, Terry. I'm not sure what. Slapbuster, yeah, man, do what you can do. We understand. We know before long you'll be able to move around the lake again. Yeah, Slapbuster, I can't wait to get out there and actually show you guys different stuff and make this channel more entertaining. Hey, Kid Crappie from Georgia, Britt. Hey, Britt, thanks for tuning in, all the way from Georgia. Midday, not scared of time of day. Yeah, I'm the same way, Terry. Whenever you can get out, whenever you can get out. And fish gotta eat. Yeah, I tell you, Roger, that paddleboard, you know, that takes a lot of skill to be able to fish off of one of those. I couldn't imagine. I think I have pretty good balance, but I don't know if I have that good a balance. Crappie Express, hey, what's going on? Hey everyone, entertain me with some fishing stories. Trying to think of some fishing stories, Crappie Express. I don't know if I've had any just like crazy fishing stories that I can think of. I mean, I guess I'll tell you one story, Crappie Express. So walking the creeks, y'all know I do a lot of creek walking in the winter. I remember one time I was just walking along and I thought I heard, some pigs grunting, and I look up and there's a bunch of pigs with, little pigs and mama pigs, and so I take my butt and I go straight up a tree. I got I forget if I had a pepper spray or if I had a knife or what I had, and I just stayed up in that tree and watched them, and they kind of took off the other way, luckily. And tell you what, your heart will jump skip a couple beats when you see that and hear that. I know mine did. Going to Port Arthur on Thursday for the weekend. Going to put together another nice saltwater video. Nice, Terry. There you go. I need to get down to saltwater fishing. I haven't done a lot of it. 903 went fishing yesterday with Pops and pulled out 28 keepers. Went today, however, different lake, only pulled out 9. Dang, 903. That's how it goes, man. Caleb. Some lakes just completely have different bites. Once upon a time. What's going on, Fredo? That's crazy, Roger. Saturday, all I caught was a 6-inch crappie, smaller than a fish tank fish. It's hard right now. It is hard right now. But it's about to get good, y'all. You just gotta be patient, be patient. I know for me it's hard too. I'm ready for some creek action. But it'll get better. Like, I'm gonna still have minnows with me from now till the end of the month. Once October gets here, I'll probably stop fishing with them as much. Yeah, Fredo, those pigs are scary. I'm just had an idea. I'm gonna turn this way. There we go. That would have been smart to do a long time ago. And I can put my feet up. When I was in was a kid, we lived in Lake Charles. We fished with the railroad bridges. We catch big fish and not let go of the rod. My dad would pull a rope through my belt loops, tie me to the bridge. That's crazy. I've tried different kinds of things. Slab buster, I've tried all kinds of different things. Those big crappie are tight in brush piles here, about 15 feet. You need minnows, they won't hardly bite a jig. Yeah, that's about how it is here, slab buster. Them minnows go a long way this time of year. Bad wreck right up the road from someone running into a monster pig. Dang. Yeah, Roger, that was a nice video, Roger. I know I said that earlier, but it's true. I enjoyed that video. It looked like fun. I'm trying to think of some different stories that I've had. I remember I did run up on like a, I don't know what kind of, it was some kind of like meeting area out in the middle of the woods. I don't know what was, it was like a fire pit. It was just out in the middle, but there was like benches in a circle. I don't know what that was, but kind of freaked me out when I. Spies, need to watch your new video, Kid Crappie. There you go, Spies. It's there whenever you get a chance. I'd appreciate it. Crappie Express kid, I was out on Ray Roberts getting ready to dunk hunt. Still completely dark, and my dog chased out about 10 hogs in the bush right in front of me, like 2 to 3 foot away, scared. And Crappie Express, that's spooky. The craziest thing, I mean, y'all know I fish a lot of creeks. I do a lot of walking. I'm always surprised at how little snakes I see. You know, knock on wood, I'm not, I'm always pretty, I always try my best to look everywhere that I step and, make a lot of noise. And, I'm definitely careful about it, but I really have not seen, I've seen a handful of snakes, but I know I've seen a moccasin. And that's one story too. I was fishing in a little creek in the spring one year with a buddy. I forgot who it was. Off of Louisville, Poindexter branch on the west side. I think it's what it's called, Poindexter branch. But we were fishing, in this creek, and there was a laydown, jigging, and I look up, and there's a cottonmouth sitting on a limb. It couldn't have been more than about 10 foot away. If that fish really wanted to bite me, it could have bit me. Slab buster RTR, when it gets tough, those crappie get real tight in the brush, won't move far, gotta put that minnow right on the nose. Yep. That's exactly what you gotta do, slab buster. Couldn't even see him, just heard him. Man, that's scary. Those pigs are no joke. Went back today for more crappies, but only small ones. I wonder if that rain, I'm not sure if that video was before the rain or not, Roger, but that might have had something to do with it. You ever been in Purtis Creek State Park? I have not, Jesus, but it looks like a fun lake. I always drive past it going to Cedar Creek. We got pigs in Bama too, but they are all in the swamps. South Alabama swamps are full of them. Man, those things are harder to hit than a deer. I used to hunt them a lot. Yeah, that's wild. My uncle has some land down south by Corsicana, and we used to go down there, and he would hunt them pretty regularly. And there used to be a whole lot. I don't think there's as many now because people are keeping them, kept down. But it was yesterday. Yeah, Roger, that's how them crappie are. They're finicky and fickle fish, man. They they do a whole bunch of weird stuff. You catch 100 one day and go back and not catch a single fish. Hey, Solange, my goddaughter's on here saying hello. The only difference was the wind. Yeah, it was pretty breezy today. That wind always makes it tough, especially when you're out in the open. We used to see these crazy looking snakes at Calvers Lake. They actually had little horns on their heads. Huh. I wonder if it was like a lizard type. I forget what they're called, like a hognose or something like that. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, so we're getting ready to get into full fall mode. I cannot wait. Not sure when I'll get to get out again. Like I said, I tried to take a day off tomorrow, but fortunately it filled up. So we'll see what I can do. It's supposed to get some more rain too, so I'm not sure what that's gonna do. I mean, me personally, other than the muddy water, I don't mind the rain right now. Once I get into the creeks, I'm not gonna want it to rain at all. So I was telling my buddy Xavier, I would love for it to just rain, fill those lakes up, and just stop right at full, and not rain again till February. That's perfect. Fredo, there are probably some mutant snakes coming out of that power plant. I think didn't that lake used to have redfish, or has redfish? I think that's one I heard had redfish. Yeah, so I think like I said, the next month I'm gonna have minnows with me, just to help. That's what I was thinking. I bet it's a mutant fish coming out of there, Fredo. That's what it is. Hey y'all, I want to say too, there's 20 people on here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If y'all would go hit that like button if y'all are enjoying this. Let me know that y'all are enjoying. Still does, but not as much. Okay, I thought that was the lake, but I couldn't remember. Yes, I think it does. And some bull reds. Awesome, Britt. I thought it did. I think there's a lake around here I think Fairfield used to have some reds. I think it was Fairfield. If you could say where crappies are per water tent, what would it be? Good question, Roger. So, Roger, I would say we'll start now. Like Terry said, once water gets below 70, those fish start moving a little shallower on the main lake, and they'll start kind of heading toward the mouth of creeks. And I'd say main lake, I'd look 10 to 20 foot, bridges, brush, whatever I could find, timber. And then once the water gets below 55, they're in the creeks or out deep in the main lake. They go both places, but I just prefer to fish for them in the creeks. So 55 and below, they're in the creeks. the colder the better. After that, the colder it gets, the better those fish get up in those creeks. I've seen the water 38 degrees and having to break ice out, and then fish bite like crazy. And then so springtime, I'd say 55 to 60. Those sand bass move in the creeks, and the crappie move in, and those crappie will start spawning on the main lake and in the creeks like 60, 65. I say 65 is my preferred temp. And then about 70 degrees, those fish are done spawning for the most part. They move out post spawn. They get on shallower stuff, bridges, brush piles, timber, docks. They get out on docks pretty good after about 70, and then once that water gets about 80, 85, 90, those fish are full on summer mode. They're out deep brush piles and timber and bridges and stuff like that. And then just kind of like where we're at now, when it gets when that water starts cooling off, it gets 80, 75, those fish start transitioning back to they're still in their summer spots, but they tend to move a little shallower with time. I hope that helps, Roger. That was a quick kind of a breakdown. I'm ready to catch those crappie, big crappie again. All the pleasure boats be off the lake, man. That helps so much. It does, Slab Buster. That's what I was hoping. Like I was saying, with everyone hunting, that's going to take a lot of people off the water. I don't hunt, so that helps me a lot. It helps it, make it easier to get on some fish and not have to, worry about a bunch of people out there. The biggest danger was making sure my dad didn't fall off the side of the boat when he was a little off, if you know what I mean. Oh, no. Yeah, that would be a challenge. I couldn't imagine, Fredo. Spring is the best for fishing, in my opinion. Spring is hard to beat. I truly enjoy spring. It's basically whatever you want, Spires, you got sand bass in the creeks, you got crappie in the creeks, you got crappie, starting to spawn in the main lakes. I love spring. The only problem with spring is that weather is volatile, man. It goes, up and down, and yeah, I agree. I don't know. There's something there's something about like the fall too. That first cold front comes through and drops that humidity and cools that air off, and man, it makes me want to go grab a bobber and get my backpack and go walk a creek bank. I love that first front and that getting out there on those creek banks. When the water temp is below 55 in the creeks, what depth of water you look for? Jayhawk, that really depends. Some creeks are deeper than others. Like one of the creeks I fish is like over 20 foot, 25 foot sometimes, depending on the water level. But it's just like the lake, Jayhawk. You kind of have to just kind of look. I typically like to look for and it depends on the water color. If the water's kind of off colored, I kind of like to look for the deepest water in that creek, especially if it's a shallow creek. If it's a shallow creek that's got 5-10 foot, odds are those fish are going to probably be in 10 foot. The crappie they like to get down as deep as they can for the most part. So that's where I would look. And again, like I said, Jayhawk, it depends on the creek. If there's some current, that's a whole nother thing. If there's current, those fish won't relate depth-wise as much. They'll be more related to current and getting out of the current. Well, as you may be right on the way this year is looking. Last Saturday I was in Fairfield Lake, catching some big bluegills. Yeah, Jesus, it's a great bluegill lake. I know of one guy that's out there guiding on that lake and a couple others that fish it. I need to make a trip down there one day. Pescando Conrad. What about lures? What color works better per scenario? So Roger, I would say the color. I choose colors on one thing and one thing only: watercolor. If that water is pretty clear, I tend to like more translucent. I can't say it for some reason. Translucent colors or natural colors. And for muddy water, If that water is straight up chocolate milk, I love white, solid white. And I typically like, in muddy water, I like bright jig heads too, I like the contrast. So I'll put like a white, I'm thinking like springtime fishing for sand bass when that water's muddy, a white fluke, and I put like a pink or orange jig head on. And I found that to be really good, Roger. Um, but for the most part, like, decent watercolor, not too muddy, not too clear, like white and chartreuse, black and chartreuse. Those are hard to beat. Purple chartreuse, any kind of chartreuse combination, purple chartreuse, red chartreuse, blue chartreuse, brown chartreuse, those all work pretty good. I hope that helps, Roger. Don't let those locusts get you. They're loud, aren't they? I hope it's not too loud for y'all. I haven't heard a whole lot of them until, I mean, I guess, or that I'm just used to hearing them, but taking notes. Awesome, Roger. I'm glad. I'm here to help, Roger. Whatever else you need help with, just let me know. I'm down to help. You bet, Roger. Yeah, and I love. I have a video too. Like I use a couple different kinds of styles of corks. I use a peg type. It's real small. It's peg. I need to get some out here. When we get a little closer, I'll get out here and show them. But a little peg one, and then a slip cork, depending on the depth of the water. I like winter. It's my favorite time for catching. Reason I don't like spring. Everybody with a boat and crappie rod is on the lake. Yeah, that's true too, Slab Buster. That's true, cause yeah, in the spring the sand bass run, yeah, it's always pretty crowded. But luckily, you can pretty much get away from them pretty easily. Just got to do a little. At least that's for me in the creeks, I try to get away from all those groups of people. Yeah, so I'm telling y'all, if y'all love creek fishing videos from the bank, from the one man, y'all just hang on. Here, give me 2 months. 1st of November, a little less than 2 months now. You give me 2 months, and we are gonna get. I'm gonna get on some creek fish, and I'm gonna put a lot of creek content out for y'all. Gotta find you someplace no one goes. Exactly, Terry. Terry knows that just as well. Terry does the same thing I do. Um, Try to get away from those people, and you want to get away from the people because those fish that are around there are pressured. Pressured fish act differently than not pressured fish. Um, so definitely, if you find some fish away from those people, odds are they're gonna bite better because they haven't been messed with. Uh, Raymond Mims, how do you cook your fish? Raymond, I cook them a bunch of different ways. I actually fried some today. I don't fry them a whole lot, but I typically either fry them, blacken them, or sometimes like lemon pepper. I'm gonna do a. I need to remember to do that. Do a catch and cook for y'all. I know y'all would like that. I need to do one of those or a couple of those. I really don't eat a lot of fish. Typically, a couple times a month. Uh, Pressured fish are smarter. Can hardly fish Weiss Lake here in the spring, man. People all over the country on it. That's true too. A lot of the lakes I fish, Slapbuster, aren't like well-known lakes, so they're not as bad. I couldn't imagine like that lake, crappie capital of the world. It's hard finding places people don't go. Yeah, Trey, it is, but I guess I'm trying to think of how to. What I should say is, not so much places they don't go, but spots they don't go. I guess that's a better way to put that, Trey. So when you're fishing the creeks, most people, go and fish right next to the parking lot or the access point. Plane going over. Most people go right next to the parking lot. I could not tell you how many times I go to a new creek, park, there's people everywhere. People everywhere. So the first thing I do is I go away. And that's kind of what I was talking about in the video I just posted too. Like, if I see people, I'm going a different way. You rarely see me fishing in a bunch of in a crowd. So I go. I try to go like as far away from them people as I can. No ice in the spring. You won't get away from the people who loaded is covered, man. It's unreal. Yeah, that's what Weiss. I have no idea. Weiss, you're kind of out of luck on that one, I think. That's a popular lake. There's gonna be people everywhere. What kind of noise over here? Like an alarm going off. But yeah, so that's just like that video. That's the biggest tip I can give y'all. Get away from the people. And I'm telling y'all, there's nothing like leaving all these people, going, finding a mother load of fish, catching the crap out of them, stringing them up, and then walking back, and everyone's asking, where'd you catch those? Where'd you catch those? It's funny how many people do that. They don't realize, they think that. I've always said, those fish are not going to be sitting by the parking lot just with their mouth open, waiting for y'all to throw y'all's hook out there. You gotta search for them. Now, I'm not saying you can't catch fish close to parking areas, but your odds are better away from them, I think. Raymond Mims, in the creeks, do you fish big holes with flowing water? Raymond, that depends on if the creek is flowing. A lot of the creeks I fish are not flowing. So what I'll do is I'll typically look for the deeper holes. I'll typically look for the deeper holes and kind of fish in those and look for structure, or look for if they're just holding in the holes and cast a jig or vertical jig, depending on if I'm in the one man or what. But with the creeks with flow, it's more about getting out of that current. So wherever there's no current, that's where I'm going to be fishing. Whether it's deep or shallow, those fish are going to be out of that current for the most part. The crappie are, at least. Slap buster. I've seen people from Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, especially Georgia, because it's close to Georgia. Yeah, I can see. I'm surprised there's people probably from everywhere coming over there. There's probably people from Texas and California and everything going over there, slap buster. Spyez, sand bass shore fishing tips. Spyez, spring in the creeks, mid-February all the way to into April. Any creek with flow, throw some jigs out there, you'll catch them. They're easy. May, shad spawn. Another thing, wind blown points with jigs, spoons, anything like that. Early in the morning when those shad are spawning, it's easy money in May. Easy money. And then I guess the rest of the time of year, just wind blown points with deep water close by, I would say. Spyez, I hope that helps. Slapbuster, I hate fishing in a crowd. Slapbuster, me too. Anybody that knows me knows I hate fishing in a crowd. I did it so long when I was younger. I'd rather, if I had to fish in a crowded place every time I fish, I wouldn't fish. That to me is just it just takes the fun out of it. People crossing your lines and catch a fish and they're all over you, and I hate doing that. I did it so long. This candle seems to be helping y'all. I haven't seen a mosquito so far. I'm glad. I had to get reinforcements on them. So yeah, y'all, like I said, y'all look forward to a lot of creek videos coming up. I'm gonna try and do a lot of Bank Creek videos. Those seem to do pretty well. People enjoy those, and so I'm definitely gonna try and do that. I've got this one man opens up the door though to the creek. That's why I'm so excited, because it's, you know, you're limited on the main lake in this one man, but um, it's actually you actually have an advantage in the creeks, um, as far as like access and stuff like that. So you're not running into Terra, Anthony. I'm not Fredo. Not today, at least so far. Can't tell you how many times people behind Louisville Spillway people would crowd me when I was slaying them. Yep, that's how they are at Crappie Express. I'm just not into that at all. Do I know who Whit Whitey Outlaw is? He's won several tournaments. I'm moving away from the crowd. He even says just moving a couple hundred yards makes a huge difference. Yeah, I believe that, Slabbuster, and especially like tournament settings. You know, money's on the line. You got to get away from. You got to get those unpressured fish. It's gonna come, Roger. Bet. Have to go, guys. Thanks for the information, buddy. Keep practicing. Awesome, Roger. Thanks for tuning in, man. I hope you have a good one. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Spy, it'd be cool to do a multi-species video. Those are always fun. Thanks, Spias. I've tried to do those too. I'm trying to learn catfish too a little better. Went fishing with Fredo Friday. I think it was Friday. And we caught some crappie. Fishing was a little slow. And we were just mainly talking, so I didn't film that much. But it was good getting to pick his brain about catfish and kind of see what I need to do. Crappie Express. You better get some waders. Oh yeah, I'm getting some waders for sure. Some nice ones too. I have a pair somewhere, but they're not that great. I'm gonna get a good pair for sure. Crappie Express. When they need to stay in their state, they got crappie in their home lakes. Yeah, it's funny how that, like, I think Fork is getting like that here, Slabbuster. Fork is drawing attention from everywhere. And I've fished Fork a couple times. Good lake. It's got some nice fish in it. But as y'all know, I'm not a big fish pursuer. I just like to catch a bunch of fish. I way much prefer to catch 100-pound fish than 10, 2, 3-pound fish. Not saying I don't mind. I'm not saying I don't want to catch them. I just prefer to catch a bunch of fish. Yeah, Crappie Express. I kind of looked into that whole winter thing. You know, I got to get some waders. I've heard too that the pontoons are kind of weird in the cold water. You have to let them. You have to dip them in the cold water for a while, let them kind of adjust, and then reinflate. So I'm gonna definitely do that. And as always, I have my life jacket no matter when I go out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to probably start bringing this inside here pretty soon. It's gonna start getting dark on me. Times are changing. You can tell. It's getting darker earlier for sure. So hopefully I'll be able to get some. I want to do a catfish video in the one man. I've just been kind of waiting on a weather window, and when I can go, I haven't been able to line them up. Numbers are good on Fork. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jayhawk. Not to say you can't catch numbers on Fork, for sure. It was great, Anthony, getting out there with you. Man, I had a blast, Fredo. Can't wait to do it again. Times are changing in more ways than one, Anthony. You got that right, Fredo. Barfly, I'm glad he said this. I wanted to kind of touch base on this too. Terry says, we as video creators cannot tell you where we are fishing. I had one White Vest video hit 40,000 views in 2 weeks. Could you imagine if even 1% were going where I was? Terrible. Locals would kill me. If y'all notice, I'm very, very vague about where I'm at, or if y'all figure it out, that's one thing. I don't have a problem with that. But as far as me, like just straight up saying that I'm at, here and here, it's just I can't do it because of what Terry says. That's people. A lot of people, look at videos and they say, "Oh, they're biting there," and they go take off and go there. So if I have, if I had a video with 1,000 views, and if 1% of those people, if 10, I guess if 10, if 1%, if 1% of those people showed up, 10 people, that's way too many people in one spot. That's way too many. So you can imagine if there was like 100 people that showed up that they were biting there. It would just ruin it, and people would trash the place out. You might lose access to it. So that's why I'm very vague, and I don't respond on where those at, where are you at comments. I see those comments on every video basically, but I'm not gonna tell you. Not to be mean, but just because it took a lot of time to find those places, and I don't want them to be ruined. Catfish are attracted to scent and blood bait and catch 20 or more in one spot. Once the smell sets in the water using chicken liver and worms. There we go. I got definitely trying to get better with those catfish, Raymond. Need to buy a new fish finder. Any suggestions with GPS? Britt, not sure what your budget is like, but the Lowrance hook series are not terrible. That's what I have on the one man is a hook 7, I think. GPS, down imaging, side imaging. That one's not bad, and I forgot how much. It was only a few $100s. It was not that bad really compared to the rest. So that one's a great graph if you're looking for something pretty inexpensive. I hope that helps, Britt. It's all about patterning fish, not fishing spots. Yep. Couldn't have said it any better myself, Britt. You just got to know how to, look and search for the fish, and once you learn that, spots don't make a difference. You can go, find your own spots and recreate stuff, and experience too. Don't forget, experience in of itself, fishing experience goes a long way. I'd say 90% of the fishing I do now is based off of past fishing. Like I know, okay, I went to this creek when it was this cold, and I caught a bunch of fish over here. It was warmer this year, so I caught them over here. It flooded really bad this year, and I went and caught them here. The water was low, and I caught them here when it was that's how I think a lot, and that's how a lot of my fishing's done. Most of my fishing's done nowadays. But yeah, those experiences, time on the water, that really makes all the difference. Time on the water and knowing spots and, trial and error. I've been skunked 10 times more than I have caught fish, 100%. It's true, Anthony. The bottom line is what we show y'all on the video should work for more. Yep, exactly, Fredo. They should work. It should work the same for all lakes. But you can't learn anything from me, everybody except me. Fredo, they can learn a lot from you, Fredo. I learned a lot when we went on Friday. Alright, y'all, I think I'm gonna wrap it up on here. It's getting dark, and I'm gonna get off here and go help out with my son before it gets too late. And Yeah, Terry, people will steal your GPS coordinates if you grasp. If you let them see it. Crappie Express. We crappie fished, caught some fish, a lot of smaller fish. Bite was slow. We waited a little too late to get bait, so we couldn't get bait, or we would have tried for catfish. I told them next time that's what we're gonna do is get on some catfish, hopefully. See you, Spies. Thanks for watching as always. I appreciate the support. Alright, y'all, so I want to say thank you for all the support on the channel, on the fundraiser, on all that. It means so much to me. Y'all have no idea. I'm passionate about, getting, great content out there for y'all. And, this would help, this is going to help me, get more accessibility to different spots and things like that. So can't thank y'all enough. I really can't thank y'all enough. Thank y'all for all the support. Peace out, Camo Joe. Hey, how's it going? Robert Martinez headed to Louisville. Wish me luck. Good luck, Robert. I hope you get on some. Thanks for tuning in. Those kids in the background are going crazy over there. Crappie Express. Later, kid. Later, Crappie Express. So y'all be on the lookout for some crappie videos coming up. This last video was the last kind of, bank fishing, multi-species ones for a little bit, I think. So I'm gonna try and get on the crappie again, and then once the creeks get going, I'll be all in those creeks, and I'll be putting out videos from those too. So y'all stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for the support. Don't forget to check out the fundraiser if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't. That way, every time I post a video, you get notified. And thanks again for all the support. Y'all have no idea how much it means to me. So we'll see you on the next one. Y'all stay tuned for the videos coming out, and we'll see you next time. Y'all take it easy.